Again, we're trying to do this every week. Normally, we do it on the Discord, but last time we had some issue with the recording, actually with the voice on Discord. So this time we are doing it on X for the first time, and thank you guys for joining. So today's topic it's mostly gonna be centered around the zero G launch, upcoming zero G launch. I know you've probably been seeing us on Twitter quite a bit, on X quite a bit, with the I think there's a ton of socials pushing around about LNT on launching on zero G for the AI alignment nodes, which is actually quite exciting because we are seeing quite a few nodes deposited in the near future. There's I think a total of 160. We could get as much as like 20% of that to to be deposited, which is a pretty huge total FDV. Again, the product is really great for this type of market when there's ton of fear in the street, because you're using LNT to sell future rewards into current liquidity. That's why it's called liquid vesting token or liquid node token for node-based assets. So the process is really pretty straightforward. It's just like the either checker node or repo nodes, NFTs. You deposit an NFT on the native chain, which is 0G mainnet, into the LNT vault. You will be able to mint, I think, about 800 V0G. And then once you do that, those V0Gs are ERC20 standards. It's fungible, and then you can trade them directly in the AMM. So the AMM, it's a pool where you swap V0G against 0G. The real 0G, it's just it's everywhere. You can get liquidity for it, sell it on Binance, sell it on OKX or any exchange of your choice. Really good liquidity there, and then. The V0G trade, it represents essentially the your future earnings, one to one redeemable to the 0Gs going forward. I think it's about 2 more years. So what you actually get from LNT, it's you can sell the V0G, all of the vesting 0Gs today. Pretty awesome. So there's going to be a discount because you're getting liquidity today versus getting the full price in the future. So likely the discount I think is based on our experience probably going to be trading around half price or even lower if there's a ton of selling. Depending on where you are, like in terms of your own view, you can actually also grab a huge chunk of VZOG at a pretty good price. And those with 0G eventually will be redeemable to 0G actual 0G token. So you're getting an APY in a way, which is pretty amazing depending on your view. So yeah, once you deposit the NFT into the vault, and then you don't have to actually run the nodes or anymore. It's all kind of taken care of. You are literally just holding the V0G. Either you want to sell it or you can also provide liquidity, pair it against the 0G token. That way you can actually earn from people trading V0G against the actual token, which can be actually pretty lucrative based on our experience with Aether. It's typically going to be around 30 to 40% APY. So there are going to be some impermanent loss depending on how short you hold it, how long you hold it. But basically, the longer you hold, the less IL it is going to be. That's because our AMM is customized with a curve that fits the V0G to 0G converging price. So yeah, so if you're more interested in the technical details, you can always kind of go to our site and then find our doc on the Gitbook site, and then read a lot more there. Or play around with the current products that are already live there. There's the again Aether and also Repo. Pretty good trading volume overall. we've really seen a strong PMF for vesting token trading. This applies for, goes from the top institutions to the everyday retail traders, anyone who has locked assets. Oftentimes, it's great to have access to liquidity for that. And we create a pretty efficient market where you get an actual priced in discount for the future tokens. Say for zero G is 2 years. Sometimes it's longer. Like either I think there's still more than 2 years, like 3 years left in the contract to be vested. So depending on like how long you're holding the assets and then how strong your view it is to this project, you can express it within the trading. So for that, we actually also had like some more resources. We published a ton of articles. If you go to our Medium page, you can find the detailed strategies centered around how to play with LNT, trading, staking, or even some like fancy hedging strategies. And you to find that, you can actually the go to our link tree and then like kind of just find it there. Pretty easy. Our Medium page. So yeah, so that's that. What else? Let's see. Pretty exciting time for us. I mean, even though the market is kind of going to, well, it's pretty volatile. We had the DOG launch, which is pretty good. I think also increasing trading volume on Aether because there's ton of price action for ATH. On the LVT side, I think. Also, like we actually had the new Dune dashboard. At some point, maybe in the future, we'll post announce our Dune dashboard so everyone kind of check out the trading volume. But from what I can see, is actually I think we're going above 130 million total trading volume across the board for all ZooFi products, which is pretty cool. Definitely, we did not anticipate that. And again, so it's I think it's just people like to trade, be able to get liquidity for their locked assets, and I think that's gonna pan out for any ecosystem that we go into. So I think as far as I'm concerned, I don't that's most of the things I want to cover on the product side. Now before I continue, I do see that Zero G Hub, you're in our you're in the chat in the space. So our team is actually asking like if you wanted to come up and then speak a few words. If you do, raise your hand and then we can invite you on the stage for a bit. Feel free to do so. And then again, if you have any questions, I am checking the chat and then feel free to type in anything. Yeah, just raise your hand if you wanted to join anytime. Um, Something else that we are doing is this week we actually some of us are in Hong Kong, so and it's night time here. There's a big conference called the Consensus Hong Kong or Consensus Asia. Still pretty, I would say, pretty popular. Populous, like ton of people traveled here. Of course, next week there's East Denver, so two of the bigger conferences this week. Do see lots of projects are getting a ton of deals done. We are as well. Like we're pushing lots of not lots of our narratives. Also at the same time, I want to update with the community that we're working towards listing in TGE, and that's pretty exciting. Still kind of figuring things out. But I think that right now it's you can argue that you could argue that it's a terrible time to do TG, but for us, we build all these tractions. We're also starting to accumulate treasury. So for us, it's like you can never time the market right. So why don't we just kind of work keep our heads down and then work towards the final push. So yeah, so that's that. And once we have more sort of details to share, that would probably like do more dedicated AMAs and then post more materials on that. Oh, okay. I do see that Zero G Hub Let me just put you in. Um, looks like you're on. You're connecting. You are on the stage. Oh, now you're good. Yeah, feel free to jump in and you've followed us for quite a long time. It created a ton of good materials, marketing stuff around our products with Zero G, and you probably know a lot more about the ecosystem than we are. So would love to, I guess, hear your thoughts on some like recent updates with the ecosystem. Yeah, or anything you wanted to share. The floor is yours.
Zero Jim, everyone. It's been a good day at my hand as the intel of Soji of I can't. But anyways, it's been a while. I think our first contact with what's the name? Zero Zufinas was back then on the test net, and it was quite fun because I think we understand and unlock a cheat. Why using the test net back then? Well, it was fun. I don't know if it will be the same for now because currently, I think on some of our wallets we saw like an LNT token vested ones. They just showing vested, but maybe it's because of the interaction back in the days with the what's it called, testnet probably. That was quite fun. Well, anyways, what's happening currently on the zero G space? I think there are different things entirely from vibe coding events to other bigger events, um, Ethereum Denver consensus. Even there's one that's currently happening in Kenya, but there's just a whole lot happening. And the LNT currently with you guys, I don't know. She just Let me just ask a question now. Let me just say, how would the liquidity migration be for you guys? I mean, or body migration, just so that people
Mm.
could use more of the LNT infrastructure that you guys are building.
Got it, got it. Cool. Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for joining us from Kenya. Is that where you are then?
No, I'm not there currently. I was not able to be there. I'm not
Ah,
busy. I'm busy with the team, so we were unable to be there. That's crazy.
got it, got it. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the yeah, I was gonna ask. Well, the test. Thank you for mentioning the test net. I remember that was fun time, and I think we got a ton of interactions on the DOG test net. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Mainnet is very different. With the node stuff, they minted the node. They did the node sale on Arbitrum, just like Aether. But now they're doing like a big migration for node holders to port everything to the DOG mainnet. And that there's some like technical challenges there, which is why it's been kind of delayed. On our side, it's actually we've been ready for a long time. So they're just kind of waiting for their final testing to push through. And then in terms of, I think you asked the question of how do we actually like get the liquidity for the LNT? That's a really good question. So there's some like on there's a couple layers of thoughts for that. Like initially, the if you look across the like on chain liquidity for zero G token, the most liquidity were for a long time has been on BNB chain. So initially, we actually set up the pool for you guys to somehow like be able to mint the V0G token on the BNB chain, and then you can actually trade V0G against the 0G there, where you can pretty easily also trade the 0G token to USDT. I think there's a pair against USDC, and maybe even a pair against BNB token on the BSC chain. But nowadays, I think there's already pretty good liquidity on the VOG mainnet. There's two dexes. There's Zia and also Jenny. Both we're working pretty closely with. At launch, so the liquidity again, as of now it looks like is very likely just going to be on VOG mainnet. So there are going to be initial VOG liquidity providers who are going to be rewarded with the LP fees. So we actually found some support from the foundation, which is great. They're actually going to be able to provide a decent amount of the DOG token to pair against the initial VDOG. And then people can start trading. So which is nice. So in that sense, either you are a node holder or you're not a node holder, you can all kind of participate. If you're node holder, then of course you just like deposit node and then mint V0G, and then you can kind of just trade. And then if you're not a node holder, you can buy the V0G nodes and the V0G token, and you can actually withdraw a node if you have enough token to be like to redeem the nodes. So it's really flexible. There's no lockup on our side. So yeah, so that's kind of answer the question of how does the initial liquidity comes from, because if it's entirely going from zero, then it's gonna the price is gonna be quite volatile. So pretty likely like we had some liquidity in the beginning. So happy to see how the discount the price of VDOG to 0 goes. Yeah, go ahead, zero G Hub.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Will it still be the same interaction it used to be back in the days? I mean, for the interacting with the license, just so as to mint the NFT V0G token. Is it V0G token? Okay, no, not V0G token. The LNT 0G. Is it going to be the same thing, the same interaction, or is it going to
Ah,
be different? The
yeah.
license
So
interaction, how it used to be back in the days.
yeah, it's literally going to be the same as with testnet, where if you put the zero G token nodes, the NFT into the wall, you get the token, and then you put the token in, you can get the node. It's kind of like a two-way street that. So in that sense, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's a mint and redemption. It wouldn't be I guess it wouldn't be minting new nodes because all there's an upper limit of how much node there is. So you're really just withdrawing the node from someone else who put it into the vault, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So, like I heard what you said. So, back in the days, we used to mint the license node that be what is used to quick cut. So, will there be like a limit of how many we could mint? Probably. I don't know if it's going to be the same structure of how it used to be back in the days, or it's going to just be different. You just get to swap with the 0G token with node token to get the V0G token. I don't know. Just break it
Mm.
down, make it simple for us to understand.
Yeah, if you're talking about the test net, it's literally going to be the same. But there is a difference where in the test net, because there's no actual NFT, you can just you can mint the node, right? Because it's mainnet, there's actual like a set number of nodes already either minted or purchased during the node sale. So you will no longer be able to just mint the node with the simple transaction. The way to if you actually do want to get the node, it's actually going to be through buying the V0G token and then withdraw the node. If it's if one node equals 800 V0G token, then you would just buy 800 and then withdraw one. Because there's going to be a price discount against 0G token. Let's say is by 50%, then you probably pay like 400 0G token to get 800 V0G. You get a node, and then in 3 years or 2 years, you get 800 0G tokens as being vested. So if that makes sense, then what it means is that if you're like bullish, then you can buy the V0G at a discount. You can withdraw the node, and then eventually you can kind of 2x your nodes investments. In terms of 0G token price, of course. Yeah. So again, to summarize, you wouldn't be able to. The only difference against testnet would be that the nodes are real now. So you would have to either you have the node from the node cell or you can purchase the V0G to withdraw the node. Yeah.
All right, all right. So now let me just ask you. You know that most of us, I mean, most of the 0G community, like let's just see, everybody wants to make money, right? But now the question is, in the long run, how are we going to make money from the LNT um, token?
Good question. Good question. I think there's I think it's kind of twofold. If you're like bearish, and then you bought the node at node sell, and then actually, if you bought it at a note sale, you probably are still in pretty good profits at the current FDV. But if you're bearish, you wanted to just get make money or get liquidity now, you could just sell your LNT, which is the V0G token. You get 800 of them and then sell it everything at launch. That way, you're still making a, I'd say, like a decent chunk of return, and then kind of just move on. Uh, Now, if you're like bullish and then you're holding the node, for in terms of LNT, it's really straightforward. You can just hold the V0G, or if you can just hold the node yourself, and then eventually, your view is that those 800 DOG tokens, when after all the vesting, it's gonna be worth more than the price today. So for that, it's actually just a simple hold strategy. If you're even like more bullish, what you can do is actually you can buy the V0G token with your 0G token, because it's going to be at a pretty steep discount to buy the V0G. And the V0G in the vault mechanism, it's going to be one-to-one redeemable to the 0G token as the node vest. So if you're buying at a discount, that means you're super bullish, and then you're holding a ton of these unvested token, which eventually is gonna be one-to-one redeemable. And the more discount that the market price that in, the more potential return it is for you. And then again, because your view is that the OG token price is going to go up even further, so that's going to be the best case scenario. So in the long run, so again, to answer the question, it's either you're bearish or you're bullish. You can decide to either go for a quick turnaround, quick liquidity, or you're buying the VDOG token with DOG. In a way, it's kind of like a leverage, and express your bullish view. Yeah, so that's for us. It's all about providing the tool for you to be able to do these pretty nice strategies, all with the simple UI that we provide of buying and selling. So yeah.
All right, all right. Oh, I heard you. Now, there's a current onboarding campaign. I mean, it's just a bit of an onboarding actually on the Lift Up Zero G campaign currently, that you have to like follow Zoo Finance and join the community on Discord. But now, apart from that, what would be the strategy that will keep a co-member to keep on interacting with your product? I mean, the DApp itself.
For sure, for sure. Good question. I think based on our experience there, it's kind of I would say it's mostly gonna be organic because it matters with people's wallets, like especially for like node holders. This is sort of like a big access to liquidity. I don't think there's other avenue for like selling the NFTs yet. So people naturally is going to tune in, especially after launch, to do a ton of trading. So I think after basically like after that, how can we like maintain people to be sort of interested in this? So what we've seen is actually there's always going to be like a small group of I would say like very quantitative people, like active traders that are monitoring the price. And then what they do is that they can, because they spend so much energy on that, they tend to find the best price, and then they actually even trade on the AMM price curve, sort of like buy low, sell high. So those are the power users, and we don't really have to do anything. They would just kind of come. But at the same time, like what we're trying to do a good job is we're trying to maintain communication, like so that everyone who may not be like who had have lots of things in life, probably not caring this much about the zero G token or LNT. We're trying to do more frequent updates with our socials, either on Discord or on X. So that you guys will, if you have the notification on, you would know if it's a good time to, if the price is good, maybe probably check out the selling some VZOG token or vice versa. So we're trying to do more of those. Also trying to get the ecosystem involved by trying to spread the messages. So yeah, that's basically the least we could do going forward. Once the trading starts, it's always to keep you guys sort of informed. Now, I think in terms of the community, what we've been doing, like this is actually our, I think, 25th AMA. We're trying to do this every week. So no matter if doesn't matter how many people tune in, we're always trying to just be available. So sometimes, when let's say like either techno like price drops severely, there's gonna be people to kind of check out and ask ton of questions. Sometimes it's just smooth selling, but for us, it's always trying to be accessible to you guys. Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that answers your questions.
All right. Thank you very much for answering and having your time spent. I think let me not say too much though. But just give us a little secret. I mean, what's coming? I mean, something that might be shared on the timeline. Just give us one. Just tell us so we keep it at our mind while waiting for the big thing, probably.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely trying to be more available. And then previously, we mostly just do it on the Discord. We had the pretty strong follow, like a core community on Discord. But nowadays, we're trying to do it more on X, trying to be more accessible everywhere. So yeah, I mean, thank you for joining us, DOG Hub. And then yeah, like going forward, like especially at the launch, I'm happy to invite you over again to ask some questions. And overall, would love to see more teams building on zero G midnight. Actually, met with some of the team in Hong Kong over the past few days. Seems like there's lots of things being being developed. They're trying to do lots of like AI sort of infra type of things. Well, the I think they had a really good launch. The team must have like decent amount of capital to kind of expand, and that's what I've actually been actually seeing in real life, what they're doing. So in that case, is bullish. So I think the overall the AI narrative is not it's probably still early for Web3, and then so it's gonna there's nothing else that exciting except for maybe AI or prediction market. So DOG is definitely in for a long run. I think they're one of the leaders in the space in terms of like recognition, in terms of like token launch and everything else. And I wish they do a good job. Like for us, it's of course we're multi-chain, but DOG kind of it's one of our more important product. So would love to see good amount of trading volumes there. Um, yeah, so not much else from me. Well, since you're here, DOG Hub, any projects you wanted to shout out to on the AMA, like some projects on the DOG main network that we should be aware of? You want to share?
I think you should shout out to the Fungies. What's the name? Jane. Jane on zero G. Flashback Labs. They also were part of the what's it called? The world. Okay, the Lift Up campaign. They are also part of it. Jane, even and NFT. I think they are much. They are nearly. I can never count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are nearly close to over 15. Even AI verse,
Mm,
Domat AI, or again, Zalfinas, WAGVS, Gimofinas, Dolly, ARC Terminal, and BMO, even Bond. There are so much that have not even been dropped. I think there are even some prediction market that will be dropping on zero G. I don't know if end of this month or next month that will start to see more of on-chain interactions and more activities going on. Probably, I think that's what we're looking mostly forward to. The DeFi part of it, apart from them creating it as an institutional um Web 2 to Web 3 company or project, or how they would call it themselves. I think we're expecting to see more interaction because at the end of the day, most people wants to make money, but they're looking for how can they make money from it. Is it just going to just be the focus on infrastructure, on this and that? Because that's how you keep community also. they have to benefit in one way or the other, so that they could also be showing up there every single day and every single time without getting tired or getting bored, because that's how shade are, and that's how ecosystem or community have been formed. It can be boring sometimes, but there have to be some vibe for the community again so that they can keep on showing up. I think that this is just what we have currently. I think we've been way too busy for a while now, but we'll be back. We'll be back and we'll be giving out content as always.
Nice, perfect, perfect. Yeah, those are some great projects, and I think I probably know most of them, including Janie,
Yeah.
Flashback, and also like Dolly. Yeah, pretty cool. And then thank you for being a vocal point in the ecosystem and then join us today. With that, I think we're gonna kind of call it a day for the AMA. Thank you guys for joining, and if nothing else, the next week we'll see you about at the same time on Thursday. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, and then you'll find the recording of the full session tomorrow on our YouTube. And yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.
Are we getting a follow? When are we getting a follow? Zero
Oh yeah,
finance.
of course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. If you haven't followed us yet, give our DOG Hub and Zoo Finance a follow, and then stay in the loop. Cool, cool.
All right.
All right,
Anyways, take care.
guys. Yeah. Thank you, guys. See ya.